the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
We want change here. How are we going to have a safe, reliable service for the public?
Tonight on DC News Now at 5, Metro safety, what union officials are asking for to keep both riders and workers safe after a deadly shooting. And controversy in the Mountain State, a new bill that's banning children in the operating room for certain surgeries. And stretching your dollar, 2 major auto insurance companies dropping coverage on certain cars, how you can still make sure you're protected.
And we are tracking extremely cold temperatures as we head into Friday and to kickstart your weekend, but we are also tracking a warm-up, so definitely keep it here. We'll have a look at that 7-day coming up in just a bit.
Thank you, Brittany, and thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 5. I'm Mark Hall. A day after a Metro employee was shot and killed at the Potomac Avenue station, the union representing workers is blasting WMATA for failing to provide better protection and safety measures. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joins us live in the newsroom. And Daniel, the WMATA board held an emergency meeting earlier this morning.
Yeah, Mark, since it was behind closed doors, we don't know exactly what was discussed other than the fact that safety and security matters was on the agenda. The union representing those workers is calling for change.
I'm concerned. I'm really upset. I'm upset that we're not doing more in the industry, not only for my members and the workers, but also for the riders.
Amalgamated Transit Union International President John Costa wants change after Wednesday's shooting left 64-year-old mechanic Robert Cunningham dead.
Brother Cunningham, 4 children left behind, stunned, horrible.
He was a member of ATU Local 689. Costa says violence is trending across the industry.
Every day I see another operator, station starter, dispatcher, mechanic getting assaulted, if not killed.
It's why Karen Ernst wants the district to take action.
We want to have the Safe Passage program funded immediately so we can get Safe Passage staff who can also be violence interrupters and credible messengers available at this Metro stop to ensure that kids can get through safely to school.
She says taking Metro is the only real option for her daughter.
I don't feel comfortable with my kid taking the Metro every day, but she has to. That's what she's going to have to do to get to school.
Costa says solutions are needed now.
Police presence, I believe. You know, they need to have more security in this area, in many of our cities. Chicago, we're having this problem. New York, we're having this problem. People are being assaulted.
He's now asking the federal government to step in and enforce the requirement to form a labor management safety committee to find solutions. Labor
is at the table. Who best knows the job? Who best has the eyes and ears out there that can help identify hot spots, dangerous spots?
After that emergency meeting, the local union 689 did meet with GM Randy Clark, although still not clear what they discussed in their meeting. I did reach out to WMATA to get comment on all of these safety issues, but did not hear back. In the newsroom, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Daniel, thank you. Yesterday's shooting was the 5th incident at a Metro station since December 7th, 2022. Are these acts happen more often? That seems to be the concern, because passengers are beginning to think that the Metro is unsafe. An advisory neighborhood commissioner in Ward 6 would not be surprised if riders start changing their primary form of transportation. He claims that these shootings are making customers worried about their own safety, something that should never happen on the Metro.
You know, their immediate thought, of course, as anybody would be, is, you know, I could have been there at that time. That could have been me. And that's a terrifying thought. It's not, you know, something anyone should ever have to think about on their way to work.
The Metro has lowered its flags during the time to honor their late employee. They issued a statement regarding the latest shooting, and you can see that on our website, dcnewsnow.com. Well, new tonight, a Silver Spring man has been charged with first-degree murder of his wife after leading police to her body in Gaithersburg, Maryland. 29-year-old Dennis Morris Hynett Jr. walked into the Rockville City Police Station early Wednesday morning. According to police, the suspect told them where they could find the body of his wife in their home located on Lanier Drive. When officers arrived, they found 28-year-old Teresa Pendarvis. She had trauma to her body. He's currently held without bond. Gina Williams, mother of Keyshawn Cornish, held a vigil for her late son earlier today. Gina lost her son Keyshawn last month. He was shot and killed in Northeast while picking up dinner. More than 200 people were killed in D.C. last year, another 16 so far this year. They leave behind fathers, siblings, children, and mothers like Gina.
No words can express my feelings right now. None. I'm gonna miss my son. I'm gonna miss his jokes. I'm gonna miss him.
A $25,000 reward is being offered for information that leads to an arrest. New tonight, a 17-year-old Montgomery County teen is facing charges after making harassing and anti-Semitic phone calls. December 20th, police responded to the Jewish Rockville Outreach Center. They met with a staff member who reported receiving several calls from a person who used anti-Semitic language. After an investigation, police were able to identify the caller. The case has been forwarded to the Department of Juvenile Services. And new details tonight, a second person has died after a house fire in Aspen Hill. It happened Monday night. A woman in her 60s who was rescued from the home and taken to the hospital died last night. This all according to Montgomery County Fire and Rescue crews. A man in his 80s who was also rescued from the burning home died early Tuesday morning. Crews say that the fire started in the basement due to electrical problems. It's one of the most controversial bills in West Virginia state capitol in a long time. A bill in the West Virginia legislature would ban certain medical procedures and treatments for young people. For nearly 2 hours, the House of Delegates held a public hearing on House Bill 2007 with only 2 people in favor and 79 against outside of the packed chamber. A small group protested the bill that would ban gender reassignment surgeries, along with their hormone therapies and medicines for anyone under the age of 18 in West Virginia. Now, critics say that transgender youth have high suicide attempt rates, but still, supporters say they're too young to make informed decisions.
It protects children from long-lasting, basically, surgeries or irreversible surgeries and medications that make permanent changes to the child that don't provide any proven long-term medical, psychological, or emotional benefits.
This bill would ban medically necessary and life-saving care that trans people need in the state.
Well, there were 2 attempts to amend the bill to give more flexibility for those under the age of 18, but both amendments were defeated by a wide margin. 4 other states have already banned the surgeries, and 18 more, including West Virginia, are considering it. The final House vote is tomorrow. DC's 911 call center will need a new interim director by the end of next week. The mayor pulled her nomination for the permanent position late last year. Our political and government reporter Leonard N. Fleming has tracked this story's developments for several months. Leonard, what's the latest with the district's efforts to fill the position?
Good evening, Mark. Right now, the path forward to a new interim and permanent director is unclear. Sources say Karima Holmes' last day will be February 10th, 5 days beyond the 60 days she agreed to stay on after her nomination was pulled by the mayor. So far, there's no word on how the Office of Unified Communications will run after Holmes' departure next week. After countless national searches, there's still no candidate to lead an agency that handles well over 1 million calls per year. D.C. Mayor Bowser and even Police Chief Robert Contee made their push for Karima Holmes to be the permanent director, but key council members, including Chairman Phil Mendelson, said her name was a non-starter. They based their concerns on a scathing 911 DC's auditor report that blamed Holmes for leadership failures and decisions that led to multiple deaths. She held the position from 2016 to 2021 before coming back to serve on an interim basis. Holmes fiercely defended her record in an exclusive interview with DC News Now in December, the day the mayor pulled her nomination. In the interview, Holmes talked about the challenges of finding another director before she came on.
I had heard that the agency was, quite frankly, dwindling, and I mean in staffing. It was a toxic environment, and there was a 13-month search. There was a headhunter that searched for an executive to come run this agency, and it hadn't been filled. It is the pivotal point of public safety. All roads lead here when you need help, and we are here to help.
Holmes could not be reached for comment. A Bowser spokeswoman says the mayor will have an update soon, but no further comment. Reporting from the studio, Leonard N. Fleming, DC News Now, back to you.
Leonard, thank you. After Queen Bee announced that she was heading back to the DMV, a second show has been added to the Renaissance World Tour. Beyonce will be coming to FedEx Field in August 5th and 6th in Prince George's County. Her tour starts in May, and it will feature stops in both Europe and North America. And if you want tickets, you must register on her website by midnight tonight.